How's it going, y'all? My name is Aiden Anderson, and this is the Moscow Minutes. I'll be bringing you a breakdown of the Moscow City Council meeting from August 7th, 2023. Some highlights from this meeting include a report from the Sustainable Environment Commission, a public hearing for a proposed comprehensive plan amendment and rezone, and of course, the annual budget hearing for fiscal year 2024. Let's get into it. To start the meeting, Kyle Steele of City Staff and Tina Hilding of the Sustainable Environment Commission presented on the Sustainable Environment Commission's past year of activity. Highlights from this past year include the approval of the 2022 Climate Action Plan, a monthly how-to environmental awareness column in the Moscow Pullman Daily News, and numerous outreach and educational events. Following that, a public hearing for a proposed comprehensive plan amendment and a rezone of a 12.26-acre property located at the corner of Palouse River Drive and Mountain View Road. The applicant, Blum Enterprises LLC, proposed a comprehensive plan use designation amendment and a rezone for said property. The property is currently a combination of auto-urban commercial, auto-urban residential, and suburban residential, and the proposed comprehensive plan amendment is a move to high-density residential, with the rezone being from farm, ranch, and motor business to R4 or multi-family residential zones. In June, Planning and Zoning recommended approval of these changes with no conditions. In the course of the public hearing, Council dealt with questions regarding future potential development plans and when in the process those specific elements of development plans get addressed. Additionally, Dan Schoenberg of Palouse Properties spoke in favor of the rezone as a means to address elements of the present housing shortage in the region. After closing the public hearing, Council discussed a number of future development and infrastructure needs in the area, and then voted 5-1 to approve both the land use amendment and rezone. Next up, the moment you've all been waiting for, the budget hearing for fiscal year 2024. If you remember last year, the approved budget that the city worked with was roughly $100 million in total. The proposed total budget amount for fiscal year 2024 is $120,747,265. Beyond that amount, a number of strategic plan priorities are in focus for this upcoming fiscal year, including action on an alternative water source, addressing the fire and emergency medical services staffing shortage, addressing substandard emergency communication systems, aging city infrastructure, and the city's inability to recruit sufficient staff to perform essential functions. The city is also focused on internal changes when it comes to paying their employees and adjusting for inflation, cost of living changes, insurance premium increases, and elevated capital construction costs. Similar changes are coming to city property taxes, with $351,377 being gained from property tax numbers this year as compared to last year. Belknap then walked through a number of changes to funding for various different city projects and services expected for the coming fiscal year. The city commenced with public testimony at that point, in which it received favorable testimony from Victoria Seaver, commenting on the inevitability of inflation and commending the city's fiscal responsibility. While a number of members of the City Council expressed reluctance to include the property tax increases and a number of other expansions in the budget, they nonetheless approved the fiscal year 2024 budget unanimously, alongside the associated resolutions. Last on the agenda, a proposed fee resolution for fiscal year 2024. Bill Belknap once again outlined the various proposed fees for city services associated with the 2024 budget, with most being adjusted for inflationary cost. Some significantly increased fees, such as for larger water utility systems, are seeing such an increase due to supply chain issues when it comes to materials associated with those systems. These fees were approved unanimously by the Moscow City Council. Once those agenda items concluded, the council motioned to adjourn to an executive session. And with that, you have the latest from the Moscow City Council. We'll have the relevant links posted with this video, and in particular, I would recommend that you check out the summary and detailed version of the 2024 budget, which can be found on the city website. And as always, if you have any questions, let us know. This is Aiden Anderson with the Moscow Minutes. See you next time.